It warmed his inky black heart whenever he brought you here. He'd see you looking so content and happy, and he'd smile. The clown's grin grew when around you. He wanted to make you happy, mainly so he could see your otherwise bleak face transform into something so sugary sweet, lovely yet addictive. It put his hard candy to shame. In other words, he fell in love with a soft smile and a sunny voice. You too fell hard and fast for the black and white Joker. You both felt it. Both loved each other. You never said it, but you felt it. After all, isn't that what love is about? You and him spent such lovely summers together. You would play, go on rides, play games, smile, laugh, live, anything to keep your mind absent of the usual cloudy thoughts you always had on your mind. But then alas, all good things cannot last forever. When the first crisp maple orange leaf fell from the tree, you'd have to leave once again, and his heart was put on pause while you were gone until summer again. It was torture. Sometimes, as he worried about if you would ever indeed return, he knew you were growing into a refined, respectful young woman. Maybe one day you'd grow out of the carousels and coconut shy. However, one day, one cold winter, you left. For good. So quickly and unexpectedly you left. You left this world of terror, darkness, and the occasional bit of fleeting joy. Suicide. Why? Why was his only question? He knew he wouldn't see you again. He knew you probably felt a lot of pain as you bled out from those long cuts on your silky skin. He knew your family screeched in anguish as they found your soulless carcass. And perhaps the thing he knew the most was when he felt his murky, black heart begin to leak out sticky ink when he was informed of your departure. He was a clown, so at first he thought it was a joke, a cruel joke. He waited for their serious faces to be replaced with laughter, but they didn't shift, not even a bit. His smile left as 4 words left his lips. You're not serious, right? You were cremated. He attended, feeling quite odd and out of place in a dreary black suit. He half-heartedly smiled. He would have teased him so much for even considering to look at a suit like this. He left green flowers on your grave. He knew they'd probably die quite quickly. Only halfway through their life, they'd not get given the attention to live. Just like you, huh? Fitted rather nicely. It rained. Maybe even heaven was crying for another angel being plucked from heaven so soon. He cried a little. He couldn't find the energy to constantly cry. Besides, he hated crying. He'd had enough of seeing it. A girl dressed in black, almost like a female version of him, put a clawed hand on his shoulder. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice laced with sorrow, acceptance of what had happened. He sighed and nodded. The girl was just trying to help. "As am I. She was a good friend to all of us," a tall, thin, faceless man said. He was wearing his usual suit. He didn't even have to change. He smiled softly, tears still rolling down his face. The faceless man understood why he was smiling, and he mentally chuckled. The others said their condolences. The smiling boy, the Link look-alike, the eyeless boy, all of them. He was happy that they knew how much he loved her, but he knew he would never be able to be properly happy again. it was impossible. They found your note, your suicide note. It had a few goodbyes and the "I can't do this anymore" speech. And at the end, "To my dearest clown, I love you so much. We never really say it, but we don't need to. You and I are not one, but are in fact two. I love you like the dark loves the day, like the sun loves the moon, like the ocean loves the fish, like a clown loves the circus, like misery loves company. You see, what we have is infinite, and infinite, my most sweetest of sins, is forever. Don't you see? Like Jack and Sally, we are simply meant to be. But the long and most cold winters and springs I have without you are far too much to bear. I know it's hard for us to meet due to the police wanting to stop your work, and I know we can't telephone or anything. I miss you. I miss you in the most neediest of ways. I sometimes feel like if you're there hugging me, telling me I'm okay, the others have nothing compared to my clown. This is goodbye. My dearest of friends, I say adieu, and who knows, maybe one day we'll meet again. But until then, I bid a fond farewell. All my love shall be given to you, my lovely clown, with his heart split in two. Namine. He trembled while reading it. He noticed a few tear stains on the note. The clown girl from behind spoke up. She loved you, and she knew you loved her. She may have been sad. She may have killed herself. But she loved you, and she wanted to marry you, have kids with you, and she wanted to die with you, and she knew it would be only you, she stated. She was so sure of it, it almost made her jealous that two individuals can feel a love so deep it molds them into two. And guess what? She couldn't go another few months without you. Only a few months, and it was too much to bear. She died because she was away from you for a few months. She hitched on her breath, tears falling, making her mascara stain her cheeks. He nodded, smiling softly. He sat on the carousel horse, the one he liked the most. He stared up at the light gray sky, and all he could think was, if you were finally happy. If there were roller coasters and gestures in the sky making you smile. It was funny. Usually he was the one sending people to heaven and making their loved ones cry. Now it seemed the tables had turned. He would try to be happy. You would have wanted it. But he knew he'd miss you. Even the carnival couldn't heal the sadness. So for now, the most lovely, lonely clown sat, with his inky heart seeping out, blood of a black hue. I hope you enjoy your heavenly carnival, Namine. I'm sorry mine wasn't always there for you.